Welcome back, guys. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a replay review of somebody who asked me to review their replay. It's a ones game. He said he was trying to get better at keeping the ball on top of his car while he's dribbling. So we'll be sure to look at that. But also, I'm going to just go over a whole replay review. That way, he gets the most value out of this possible. And also, to the individual that did send me this, thank you for being flexible with how you got it to me. I appreciate that. But yeah, so let's get into it. Right off the bat, one thing I'm noticing is looks like we have a few kickoff goals just based on the timestamps. There's one probably here. Looks like there's going to be one there. And then it looks like this might be a goal right off a kickoff pressure. So in a game that's 5-4, and it looks like you might have given up 2 goals off the kickoff to him. So that's like 50% of his goals. So especially in the low ranks, if you have a solid kickoff, you're going to prevent a lot of goals on your side. But that's also one thing about ones. You're always going to give up kickoff goals no matter how high ranked you are. But yeah, having a good solid kickoff to prevent this as much as possible is really, really solid. And obviously, I don't know if these were right off the kickoff, but just looking at the timestamps, it looks like they could be. This one's probably more off a kickoff pressure. But yeah, kickoffs are important no matter what rank you are. So having a good solid kickoff is also really important. But without further ado, let's get on into it and see how he's going. And I think he said this was around diamond with him. Yeah, you flip late. That's why you hit the ball poorly here. Right, like here is about when you want to flip. Like right about here, diagonal flip. Hit this, and then when you hit the ball, you want to hit it right in the center. So I'll slow it down kind of as we get into this. So yeah, you flip like all the way at the boost, and now you're gonna land like well inside the circle. And what I mean by the circle is this thing right here. Most of the maps have something similar to them. You want to be landing with your wheels facing forward like this before you get into the circle, because it gives you a little bit of time to adjust if your flip's off. Oh, that's the wrong guy. All right. But yeah, now look at how far you land. You don't even get to flip a second time because you land so far. Like you literally are gonna land past midfield, just because you flip a little late. And then also your contact's kind of poor. It's on the side when you should be hitting more in the middle. Because you definitely want to flip twice on the kickoff. But yeah, you end up landing so low on the ball that he gets a free win. So yeah, doesn't look like he scores off of it. So I guess my first initial thing off the kickoff was wrong, but it's all good. I always like to bring it up just because it is important. Yeah, he kind of messes up. Not gonna lie. I don't know how you get the boost before him here, to be honest. He should definitely be eating the boost. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't flip again. Interesting. But yeah, nice, good counter. Works. You probably get on pressure if you're playing against a better player, but okay. Works now. Alright, let's check the kickoff. Flip timing's a little better, but you don't necessarily land straight. So you can see you flip pretty early. So now you're landing well before it, but instead of landing like here in the middle, you're landing off to the side, which is going to force you to correct. And then you're going to have to kind of hit the ball this way. Where instead of if you're going straight, it allows you to either go this way or this way, depending on what he's doing. So now you're kind of forced to go this way, whereas like just going straight gives you more options. And part of the kickoff is reading where your opponent's coming in. Also, being straight is helpful because you can see this way or this way. It's also why having like higher camera sense is good. Like 110 is good for 1v1s, and so is 100. 90 is kind of where you start to get. It's a little bit harder to see over the ball, and this is for your camera height, but something to think about. All right, but yeah, see, you kind of end up like going on the right. You will kind of over adjust, and now you have to hit it to the left. But it ends up working out because I don't exactly. What did this guy do? Let me figure it out. Not that. Not that. Not that. There we go. All right, sorry about that. See what he does. Yeah, see, his kickoff's a lot straighter, but he just flips to the wrong side. Like he should have expected you to come in this way, and if he flips this way, he wins, but he just flips the wrong way. But yeah, a higher level player is gonna punish you for that. But anyways, you win the kickoff. We'll take it. Good shit. I do like to I'm not trying to be overly critical or anything, but I'm just trying to give you pointers early. That way you can fix them early instead of having bad habits later on. Yeah. Yeah, there. You want to try and chip this ball out. It's kind of hard when the ball's like rolling on the ground. But because you're already in this position, you kind of got to wait for the ball to go out a little bit and then cut back into it. On this left side. Or what you could have done is waited here and then kind of drove into it to pop it up. I would have kind of hit it on the right side and then try to pop it onto your car. So like you were saying about dribbling, really the biggest thing about dribbling is you have to get a good first touch to get it on top of your car. But yeah, you like rush into this, which kind of doesn't make sense because unless you're going for a play off the wall, I don't think you really need to. Look at how much space you have. You can't even see him. You know he just went to the kickoff. Probably low boost since you won. But yeah, just kind of I would have waited a little bit for this to roll, and then I probably would have came in like this and chipped it up, caught it. I would have hit it on the right, like on the ball's right, and then just kind of caught it like on this part of my car, on the right side of my car, and then I kind of would have drove and flicked it. But because you go so far in, then you kind of force yourself to make an awkward catch. Because now in order to chip this, you would have had to wait it there, not hit it here, wait it a little bit, and then you would have had to chip it that way to pop it up. But by doing that, you're putting the ball this way, which gives him an opportunity to challenge. But instead, you hit it a little early and kind of in the wrong direction, so it just kind of rolls. And then here you do it again. You need to wait a little bit. You need to let the ball separate from yourself. Like here, if you want to pop this up, you got to wait for it to come back a little bit, build up a little bit of speed, and then you just kind of got to turn and then chip into it this way, and it'll pop it up for you. Just based off that play, definitely work on the chip ups to get yourself the ball on top of your car. And now you see him 50ing you, right? So where do we want to protect you in this 50? It has to be this side. It has to be the goal over here. Because if we flip this way and he flips that way, it's going straight back to our net. Obviously, we don't know which way he's going to flip, but it's safer to flip this way, especially since you don't need boost. There's really no point of flipping this way, to be honest, because it's just going to get you scored on. So flipping this way is also better because you can probably steal his boost. Not that boost is really a huge concern here, but you'd kind of wait too long. I don't think you see him challenging. One huge thing in ones you have to do is watch your opponent. Yeah, and like you see the boost trail here, you see him coming in, you gotta know, all right, 50 to the right, because he could have scored this. I think he messed up, yeah. Yeah, he was kind of slow to that, but that's okay. It's all good. You get possession. You're going up the wall. Doesn't look like you have the best off the wall shooting abilities, just based on that aerial. Which got the time. I mean, obviously, like aerials and stuff are kind of hard, but I don't know. Like in Diamond, I don't really think you need to go off the wall. I feel like it's just gonna put you more off the position. Like, I don't think like the odds of him challenging this are pretty low. And I think honestly, if you just like get behind the ball right here, and if he flips into you, you'll get a good 50. You'll just hit it on the side of your car, and you'll be pretty safe. But I probably just would have stayed close to the ball and waited for a 50. If I couldn't go off the wall, that's what I'd do. Obviously I can, so I'm not gonna probably make that decision, but that's what I'd recommend. Again, you kind of get a bad touch here off the dribble, but he kind of forces you to do that since he demos you. But now here, you kind of just like, I'd wait a little bit and just kind of get some more space in between you and the ball. That way you can kind of chip into it and hit it that way. Because he's out of the play pretty much, so if you just kind of wait a little bit and then cut in like this and send the ball that way, it could be good. Definitely. But so you kind of put yourself off the wall, and you also let him take your boost without punishing him for it. That's okay. All good. Yeah, now like this could have been a goal if he's faster, but he was kind of slow to it, and you do get a good pinch under him, and it kind of goes in. So, but yeah, like he definitely could have scored this. He sees this. He drives too far off the wall. And then all he has to do, he shouldn't jump off there. If he just drove down and shot it, you'd get scored on. But he jumped off the wall. And that's a little slower because you're just not... Like, you can boost and go down. And so you just kind of keep your momentum. Whereas if you jump off the wall like that, you just lost all the momentum you had from turning down on the wall. But yeah, you kind of pinch it in so it works. But like the important part is like even though you scored, you made mistakes, right? So it's always understanding that even though things work out, you can be making mistakes, and he won't punish you for it. But I'm gonna point out the things that will get you punished. That way you kind of have the best understanding of how I can get higher and what things I need to start thinking about to get higher rank. And obviously I'm doing this from like a SSL perspective. I mean I'm Supersonic Legend in once, so I mean. I'm going to see the game a lot differently, so you probably won't get punished for a lot of things I'm telling you for a long while, but good to know. Here again, you flip late on your kickoff. And see, look at how high you're hitting the ball. You don't want to do this. You want to land and then flip again. But because you're flipping really late, it's kind of giving you bad kickoffs. Except you kind of win this, but a better player with a better kickoff is going to beat you. Like as soon as you grab that boost, you flip. Yeah, I don't know how he doesn't win that. A better player is going to win that kickoff every time. And then we miss the open net. It happens. Just comes with time. Just comes with practicing shooting packs, getting those opportunities a lot. Going for the boost there will get you scored on against somebody who's a better player too. You need to turn back into the play there, but he's a little slower, but that's okay. You're just not aware of that sense of game speed. I don't think you really need to be for a couple ranks, but just something to think about always keeping pressure and not going for boost as much and relying on pads more is really helpful. Yeah, so decent 50 there. You get back to it. Good job 50ing, protecting your net. Like whenever you're going into challenges, especially in ones, you always have to make sure your car is in front of your net. And that's pretty much what you do, I think. That's the wrong player. Whoops. Let me slow it down, double check. Yeah, perfect. Protect your net. Good job. Good challenge. She wasn't ready for it. There we go. Alright. Wait for his touch. That's fine. Play it back. Here's the risky to challenge. He might pop it over you. I think he missed. This probably was a goal for him if he hit the ball. Just because you're too far away. Like, you gotta understand that me turning and getting to this is just slower than him just chipping it. He misses, though, so you kind of get lucky. But that'll come with game sense, like understanding what you can and can't get to. And that'll just come with time. But I think he could have scored that. I think he just missed. And then here again, you land with 100 boost, but then you go for the boost. So it's like, you have all this boost. This should be your ball, but you feel the need to go for the boost, which you don't need. Like, a huge tip for you lower level ranked players is you have to learn how to play without 100 boost. Like, you don't always need 100 boost to make a play on the ball. Like, if you just turn for the ball here and show that I'm taking the ball, then he's going to back off and give you possession. But instead, you go for the boost. And then you waste 40 of it just to go for the boost. You probably waste more than 40 because you're just rushing back to get the boost. When instead, you could just be going for the ball and taking the possession. And then you get yourself out of a defensive situation. See, now it's kind of awkward because he's putting it behind you, and like, let's say he goes for a bump on the wall, it's really awkward. He doesn't, but so, I mean, he probably could have scored that too, but his shot wasn't good enough. And he might be low boost, but like, you go so far up the wall here that if he just shoots this, I'll show you exactly. Like here, he hits this fast and gets behind it quickly, it's a goal. But he doesn't. Like here, if you would have just stayed behind this ball, like right here, and came into this, there's an angle on net here that you can shoot it. Again, lower level players might have a harder time with that, but it is something to keep in mind. Yeah, but I mean, it works. Good patience. He misses anyways. We're going off the wall again. I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you're good at it, especially in 1v1s. Like even the top ones players in the world, they're like really the only ones who can go off the wall and be fine, but lower ranks, I mean, it's just so risky because like you throw the ball here, you're so far to the play. I mean, this is such a free goal, honestly. Like when I look at this and I think the orange player, I mean, if you're a decent player, like you just turn to that, you bang it back and it's a goal. But he gets a horrible first touch and just hits to the right. But a higher level player is gonna punish you every time for that. Yeah, like my recommendation instead of doing this, he gives you all the space in the world. You know he doesn't have boost. Grab this boost and then just dribble. And then what I'd ideally recommend is since he's going for at least a mid boost, I'd put it back this way and just try and dribble on the left side of the field. Now he's on the right. So if you can put him in a position where he can't shadow defend, whereas like if you just take the ball this way and he's here, let me do an aerial perspective of this. Might make more sense. All right. Not that. Not sure why my pen tool didn't come out. In here. There we go. So let's say he's going, like this mid boost isn't here, right? So he has to go for this boost. So he's going to be rushing like this, trying to get to this boost. And you grab the corner and you're coming out of the corner. So you have two options. You can either take the ball this way or you can take the ball this way. And you have space to do this one because he has to go for this boost, right? But if you go for the left, so I'll just call this option 1 and option 2. If you go for option 1, it's better because he has to make the save on this side, right? But because you're coming in this way, he has to cut you at a single point. Like he just has to make the challenge, right? So if he's here and you're coming in here, right? He has to make the challenge at the perfect timing to save it. Whereas if you're here and coming this way, he can shadow with you until you shoot and then make the save. That's why you always want to shadow defend and be back post when your opponent's coming on. I guess this wouldn't be back post. This would be back post. And yeah, the plays in front of him, but in ones it's just gonna be harder to see. In other game modes it's fine to do this, but in ones, when you're shadow defending, you always want to be in line with him, like right behind. So if this was you, he'd want to be here. That way he can get to anything you shoot on net, because it's all in front of him. Whereas like if he comes here and drives here, and then you take your shot, you have this to shoot and this side to shoot. So he has to pick one. So it's better if you can get the ball where they can't shadow defend. It's just harder to save. But instead you kind of take it up the wall and then just give him possession, which should have got you scored on, but again, not probably going to be a huge punishment in lower level ranks. But it'll come, like, once you start playing better players, they'll punish you for that every time. And then he gets a good flick. Yeah, I mean, this is a good flick. But all of this really happened because you throw a possession here, and then you have 60 boost. Like, you don't need to go for boost. Like, if you just kind of come in like this and sit here, while he's coming this way, it's going to be a lot harder to get around you because you're closer to the ball and you can challenge earlier. But instead, you're like so far away, like the amount of space he has to do something now, it sets you up in a really bad spot. And he ends up getting a pretty good flick, honestly. Like, at this point, it's really hard to save. You just kind of got to pre-jump and hope. But he misses. We get kind of lucky. But we take those, you know what I mean? Now, this is a good challenge. However, you don't flip. If you flip, you win this challenge. And I say it's a good challenge because you can beat him. And you know you can beat him because he's going this way. So he has to adjust and turn, or does he just have to go forward? And even though he's close to the ball, it's not going to matter because you can just, like, if you just flip to the left here, you're going to win it. So yeah. But instead, you don't flip. But you still win it, so, I mean, it kind of works. But now you don't have boost and you don't have the ball, so that's kind of awkward. Good job to stick around on low boost, though. This is good. And then he owned goals. Okay. This is good. You probably could grab that pad right there on your left. Midline. Right there. That pad on the left. Right here. Gives you 12. Gives you a little bit more options. That's the wrong player. And then he hits it. Good challenge here. Stop keeping pressure. Again, grab this pad. You grab this pad, you can score off 12 boost here and get a better shot. You still score, but still, like, improvements, right? Things you can do better. You always want to be shooting with boost if you can. And especially, like, this pad's right there for you. Like, all you have to do is grab it. You can grab this pad, still wait and shoot it, because he just went for the ball, so he won't be able to get it in time. As a bone goaling, we take those. Looks like you give him a kickoff goal, so let's see what happened. Yeah, I mean, he just, like, you get good contact, but he beats you to the ball, so you lose it, right? Let me show you this side perspective. Like, you just need to be making sure you're getting all the boost on the pickup. Start this. Wait for him to start going. There we go. Alright, and now I'm going to slow this down so you guys can see the difference and how fast he gets here. And sometimes these replays are wrong, but, like, look at when he gets the boost. You actually get it before him. But now he has more boost to accelerate, so I guess he kind of beats you. He doesn't use it, yeah. See, now, you didn't use any of your boost, and he did. So I guess you could have made up for this, because he didn't boost. Like, he grabs this pad, but he's not boosting here. If he's boosting there, unless he missed the pad too. Did he miss the pad? No, he gets the pad. Right, so he grabs 12 there. Oh, I guess he did use boost. I don't know, why is this guy... How's this even? Did you not boost you? Oh, you didn't boost, okay. I don't know. I guess you could have made up for it, but the difference would have been he could have had 12 off the kickoff, whereas you could have 0 if you just wasted all your boost. But I think you still beat him, which is interesting. I didn't think you would, but he didn't do a good job, like, having efficient boost management. Yeah, you get beat just because he boosted. But even, like, do you actually get beat? It's kind of hard to tell. You actually beat him, it looks like. Oh, but you just flip forward instead of the left. Okay, got it. Alright, I just grabbed the wrong problem. But yeah, still, if you grab the boost, then you could be on like, I don't know. It's hard for me to show you in this replay because he doesn't do a good kickoff, but so he uses, yeah. I mean, he just flips better, and then he does. He actually does use all his boosts. But somehow you still beat him. I don't know how you still beat him. That's interesting. Yeah, but anyways, I think if you just flip better here, you can probably still make up for this. Like you flip, like you jump, but then you flip forward like this instead of flipping to the side. Whereas he flips more to the side. Yeah, he just gets more to the more middle on it, and then he flips the same way you do, so you kind of lose it. It had nothing to do with speed, so sorry about that. That was the wrong explanation. Yeah, had to do with contact after you hit the wall. Oh, you get caught going for boost, yeah. You just get, I mean, this will come with time. Just like, you gotta understand, you don't need a lot of boost. Pick up this pad and pick up this pad. You're on 24, and then you just gotta make the save. That's just how ones is. If you lose the kickoff, you get in a bad spot, but you have to be able to make the save. You can't just go for the boost and give him a free goal. So yeah, I mean, basically a kickoff goal. Not straight off the kickoff, but basically a kickoff. Yeah, then here you flip too early, so you hit the ball low, and then he just gets a better 50. You're just flipping too late. Just flip earlier, that way you land earlier, that way you can flip again. See, like, you're literally on the ground when he's up in the air, so of course he's going to dunk you. But he just gets a better hitbox on it. Oh, I feel like he could have scored this. Wait. Yeah, if he was closer, he probably could have scored that. I would have recommended being a little bit more patient and just waiting for the ball first. But I don't think he's, like, that's enough to recognize that as an opportunity. So you're okay for the level you're at. So, I mean, this is fine. Just grab the boost, I guess. Catch it, and then let's see. How's the dribble? Bad first touch, and then you take it up the wall again. So, I mean, basically the dribbling problems I'm seeing is your first touches are pretty poor. Like you can catch this, you just have to turn a little bit. You don't get yourself in the best spot. And then just get used to catching that on top of your car. And then here, since you kill the ball, now it's going to be rolling this way. So the only way for you to get it is to wait for it to roll a little bit, turn, and then cut back into it this way. And then that'll pop the ball up. Yeah, so, but instead you kind of just hit the ball way too early here. Instead of just waiting for it to roll. And then if you're here on the ball after you turn, then you can just chip it up and catch it again. But you don't really do that, you just kind of rush it, it looks like. And then you take it up the wall. Another bad touch. Like, I don't think you're trying to take it up the wall, but it looks like you're just doing that because your ball control isn't that good. So, like, here again, if you don't want to take this at the wall, you have to get around it and hit it on this side. But you're kind of just, like, rushing to hit the ball. But he's not showing you that he's going to challenge. So it's, like, not a super bad thing. Yeah, he flips away. Nice. Now you get the ball bouncing. Now you gotta drive forward and catch it. Let's see how you do. Not like that. Yeah, you just kind of rush it. It looks like you're pretty uncomfortable just keeping it in the air. Or like putting it on top of your car. Like there's no need to rush this. Like look at how far away he is. You know he'll challenge like if he starts boosting. And usually at this level, I don't think they're gonna fake a challenge with boost. I feel like they're just gonna go all in or not. At higher levels, people will like fake challenge using boost. Yeah, but see, like, you just jump. Like, no need to jump. Like, just keep driving with the ball to the right. Also, you have ball cam on, so it's really hard to catch this. What you want to be doing, it's not a ball cam on. That way, when you're dribbling, you can see this circle. And then you just basically just put your car in the middle of this circle. And then you just match the speed of the circle. So, and then that's pretty much how you catch it. And depending on how, like, where you want to go with the ball is how you're going to catch it, right? So, if you want to take this ball straight forward, then you'd catch it kind of on the front part of your car, and then you'd catch it in the middle. Like if you want to take this ball to the left, you'd catch it on the front part of your car and to the left. If you wanted to slow it down, you'd put it up more on the back. If you want to go back into the right, you'd put it back here. You want to just keep it straight, put it right here. You don't want to go very fast, put it further back. Faster you want to go, put it further up. But yeah, so it looks like you turn on ball cam, and it makes it like really awkward when it doesn't need to be. And then you kind of throw the ball away. So missed opportunity there. And then you go for a boost that's not there. And you know it's not going to be there because he just took it right here, right? So boost takes 10 seconds, right? 318, so we have a mental note. Okay. Is it 308? No, I shouldn't go for this boost. Maybe go for... The only play I can see being okay here is if you go for a bump, but still, this is really all in with no boost. Because the moment you turn a little bit, you're going to lose all your momentum. And if you miss him, he can just score if he's quick. But he is kind of slow. Although he probably still could have scored, I don't know. Is this like... You're not getting punished for what you should get punished just because your opponent isn't good enough to do it yet. But I'm telling you, like, at these higher ranks, you're gonna get punished for this stuff. But yeah, I think, like, at your level, what's gonna help you score a lot more is just doing more, like, taking better opportunities, taking better shots when you have the opportunity to do it, which you do, but you've been taking it up the wall and, like, making plays you don't need to do based on just rushing it and things like that so far. Yeah, so now go grab boost. Perfect. Wait, you're in a good spot here. I'd maybe throw in a fake challenge. Sorry, I'd maybe throw in a fake challenge, just kind of like fake in like this and come back. But you don't want to go like super sharp, though. You're like this kind of needs to be more like a that thing. Now you know this ball, like you can see, it's like right on the front of his car, so he's gonna have to come quick, which might mean he might end up losing possession and he might end up flicking early. Yeah, like you can see how far up the ball is right there. Yeah, so he ends up dropping it, and then as long as you get a decent 50 close, you just you hit the ball. Like, again, when you're 50ing, you gotta protect the net, but instead, as you come in here, I'll speed this up a little bit that you can see, or slow it down, sorry, exactly how you're 50ing, right? So you're coming in like this, right? But you still have a gap here. You're not covering, like, you need to hit the ball here and flip this way, and you'll win this 50. But you kind of, like, hit here and then flip that way. So he gets too much of the hitbox to be able to put it behind you. Whereas if you get, like, here, stop all of his momentum, and flip that way, then you're good. Yeah, but see, you just kind of like flip too early and then you just hit it this way, but he gets more of the hitbox that way. So the ball, like this could have snuck in, but it kind of goes off. But yeah, like that's how you could have 50'd that better. And if you 50 that better, you get an opportunity to dribble maybe even an open net. Alright, this is kind of an awkward situation. Like he could have turned and hit it over you there, but I don't think he did. Here, I would have kind of came in more wide. And I probably wouldn't have gone that far out either, but you kind of like cut in like this, which gives him space to put it behind you. He doesn't, but just trying to watch out for you at these higher ranks. Like here, see now, if he just hits here, like if he just turns better and hits there, it's behind you, but he makes like a really wide turn, and then it kind of gives you the opportunity to go in. Yeah, so I guess it works out, but it's still like a better player is going to punish you for moving out here. So, I mean, like, it works, yeah, but it's also, like, this would have worked, too, if you came in this way, because he still misses, right? So, if you're here, instead of here, you might even be able to get a shot on net, like, if you chip it off the wall and then follow it up. But yeah, like, if you're here, you're still going to win this ball, but you'll just be protecting if he hits it over you, too, with the other option. Yeah, it works out. Yeah, here, definitely avoid those bumps. So good job doing that, because you know he's gonna be chasing you. Oh, sorry. I probably would have tried to take the boost from it. So you take the mid boost, that's good. But because your first touch is kind of soft, it forces you to slow down to keep possession. But if you hit this a little harder, then you can grab this boost. And then he's kind of in a tough spot. It's harder to defend with low boost. And then this, because you give him that boost, you open up the gap for him to turn on you and hit it over your head. But then here, like, there's no way he can get a hard enough shot off for you not to just, like, drive back and save it. So I just wouldn't have gone for this. I just would have let him hit it to the corner and then turn and try and take possession from him. But you flip, and then it ends up putting your recovery slower, and then it looks like he just hits the open net. Yeah. So again, no need to flip there, and that's just about understanding a threatening spot. Like, this isn't threatening, and you know it's not threatening, because, like, look at the direction he's coming in. I'll put it on his POV just so you can see. How is he going to shoot this in? Like, why do you need to 50 this? Like, okay, maybe you win, but he's already higher, and he's already boosting, so he's probably going to beat you. So it just makes sense. Just like drive back like this. He's gonna hit it to the corner, and then you get the ball and try again. Picking your challenges is huge. Like there's no need to go for this. Like look at how low you are when you finally go. And then it just messes up your recovery and you can't get back. Ooh, goodness. Keep going. Alright. It looks like you don't flip because you're scared you might miss the boost, which is fine. It happens. You've already missed the boost a few times. But it is more inefficient, so it's always better to flip. Like, if you're not speed flipping, you just kind of diagonal flip. Like once you get about here, and then you catch it, and then you go. A good way to figure out your flip timings is go to ballchasing.com, where you can find tons of replays, and then look for like pro replays. And then, or just look for people's like ranks above you. Like look for pro replays where they're speed flipping, and you can see their speed flip timing. If you're learning speed flips. If not, then you can also do that, but just find an older replay when speed flips weren't as prevalent. It's a good way to do it too. Yeah, and see, then you can jump and flip again, but you kind of flip a little early. And he also beats you to the ball because he flips. So he hits it a little bit earlier. I think this one's a little bit more. Yeah, see, he's definitely closer. Because you didn't flip there. And my guess is that he did. That's the wrong player. Sorry about that. Fix this real quick. Alright, and then you hit the ball. Like, you're coming in this way. What you want to be doing is coming in this way. And especially if you don't flip, you should 100% be hitting this straight in the middle. And then, as soon as you make contact, then you flip. So you just kind of jump, you hold your flip, and then you flip in the direction you go based on how you think you can win the kickoff. But now you're like forced to flip because he's beating you because you didn't flip originally in the kickoff. And you back off. This is fine. Sorry. And now you're kind of in a bad spot because you lose the kickoff, but he doesn't get a great shot, and you make a good save. You definitely could have gone a little faster to this. I think you kind of went like your angle was more like that to save it, and now it's probably more like that, the second one, when it should have been more straight across. That way you don't end up landing in your net. Yeah, see, like, it kind of forces you to flip this way to still hit this. Whereas if you kind of come more on this goal line, you can kind of flip more forward, and that way you stay out of your net. And that's going to be good because the ball will be rolling this way, and then you can get this boost and continue to attack. Nice. Again, with dribbling here, this is fine. Like, you don't need to put this on your car. If you wanted to, you just need to kind of drive and chip it up here. Kind of what you do, but you just hit it too far on the left. But then this is good. You can still score. You just need to turn into this a little sooner. You use a little bit of power slide. And it'll get a little bit more to the right, so it'll go around now. And then here, no need to go up the wall. Like, just wait for this and you can catch it. He's nowhere near you. He's going for his boost. Just wait under the ball, catch it, and start a dribble. But instead, you just kind of end up wasting all your boost to do nothing there. So, another opportunity for a dribble you kind of miss. And now you give him a lot of space here, and this is scary. And he almost scores. Yeah, you don't want to give him that much space if you can avoid it. Which you could have by turning the other way here. Just turning this way. Because I think he went for the boost, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he kind of did. He just missed the boost. And then he went back for it. Yep. But yeah. And then also, I'd be a little bit wider here. Just because you're making your turn in a little bit more sharp. Whereas here, it's a little bit smoother. That's just a little bit easier to get to. And you barely get it, so nice. Good save. Good 50. Gets the job done. Takes to your corner, you flipped, you protected your net, good job. Grab the boost, although I wouldn't have gone for boost. I mean, you have plenty of boost. You have 40, like, go steal his boost after this. You win. Okay, now you're thinking steal his boost. Steal his boost. But you go for your own boost, and now you let him get back in the play. It's better shadow defending, but you're not, like, faking any challenges, so he just gets a lot of space. Like here, I don't know, maybe just like come in, fake, back off, turn again, leave it. Okay, now go. or just fake, or just go. Turn in, fake, come back, go. You know, like a lot more options when you're like just faking going for the ball. Here, okay, turn in. It's on the ground, I can probably go. But instead, you kind of just let him build it up. And then he pops it up, almost gets a good shot. Be challenged, so it works out. And then again, you're going for boost so much when you don't need to. Like, you have 59. Like, just wait for the bounce and try and score it. But instead, like, if all you would have done is just kind of came like this, instead of going for the boost, like, you have plenty of boost to shoot this. But you go for the boost. Now the ball's too far out. Now it's a really awkward shot. And then we pass it to him again off the wall. No need. Like, you don't need to rush into this. You've already lost the original shot shooting opportunity. Just slow play. Go for a dribble. Hit it off the wall. Or wait under the ball if you can't make that touch. Yeah, just go in. Wait for the ball. Avoid his bumps. And go for a different play. But you kind of just pass to him and lose the opportunity. Alright, now we're waiting again. Bad flick. Good challenge. Although you do hit it a little bit on your back. And the only reason this happens is because you don't want to be like, you never want to be on the inside of him. You always want to be on the outside of him. Because what this does is it lets him shoot here or here. So you kind of have to cover two sides. So you don't know which way to turn until the ball moves. Whereas up here, it's always going to be in front of you. So try and make sure you're on the outside of them when they're dribbling down the field. Because from his perspective, he can put it like on the right, or he can shoot it on the left. Whereas if you're coming in from here, he can only put it. Like, if you're coming in from here, he has to put it over here. So it just decreases their options. So, like, yeah, you're shadowing, but you're not in the right spot when you are. Right? So, like, if you're a little wider here, then you can just turn into this and boom it. But because you're here, now you have to turn like that instead of turning like this. Right? So it's a lot more difficult because your shadow positioning is poor. And then you just, like, and because of that, you barely hit it on the edge of your car instead of getting a better 50 on it, which could have been a goal if you got it quick enough. That's a goal. Oh, he missed. Okay, no mind. No, I think he still scores, but like here, at this point, you have to turn this way. You're just beat, and that'll come game time. In one. So just like learning what you can and can't get to. But yeah, this is just so risky to go for. Yeah, it just gives them free goal. It's all good though. Happens. Skip to kickoff. Much better kickoff. Much better. And you win. Good job. But you still lose the boost, and the reason for it is because you front flip instead of side flip. That's the only reason why you don't get the boost first. Because basically what happens is instead of your car's momentum going to the right after you hit it, and that's why you want to flip after you hit the ball, you just keep it going forward. So as this ball trickles out to the right, he side flips, so he gets to go with it, but you're just sitting here going forward while the ball's going to the right. So that's why you want to side flip. You look at, he side flips? I guess he doesn't side flip, but he just lands more on the left, so it ends up kind of working out for him. But yeah, you want to be side flipping. He kind of does like a diagonal something, but yeah, now you don't have boost. Now you're not got good bump though. It's good pressure with no boost, although you get a little greedy. I don't think you need to waste this 12 pad here. Like, you have 31, good. Like, you're not going to beat him to this boost, so no point in rushing over there. Instead, I just kind of creep this way and wait for him to hit it, or not hit it, and if he doesn't hit it, then he can go. But then, instead of looking at like 18 boost, you're probably on, what would you have, 31 plus 12, you know what I mean, 43 boost, ready to go. So, it's a better play. Like, you're not getting this boost, you just wasted 31 to get to nothing, and you wasted that 12. So now you have 3 boosts instead of, what did I say, 43? Yeah, and then you can't get to that 50, and he probably almost scores. But again, it is kind of a kickoff goal. Oh, he missed! But it looks like all this happens just because of a bad kickoff, and then kind of just... But it was a good kickoff, you just flipped the wrong way at the last second. So I guess it wasn't really a kickoff goal, it was more of a making bad decisions with our boost after our kickoff. Alright, let's get the kickoff going. I'll try and speed this up because we're already at a 40-minute video. But it should give you a lot of things to think about and to help you with. So, hopefully it's not too long, but just let me know in the comments. But yeah, you flip timing's just weird. And then here, I'd flip to the left, like I'd go, what's it called? Like a diagonal flip to the left instead of to the right. That you'll just land better basically. Although both work, you'll just need to adjust differently in the beginning, but you didn't do that. So now you land way to the right, and you flip late, so you barely hit it. It still works, but like you're gonna get wrecked on a out of better if someone has a better kickoff, because like look, you're barely hitting this ball. Like you basically miss. If he just hits it this way basically and gets behind it more, he's gonna win it. But he just kind of doesn't do that. So yeah, you can definitely work on your kickoffs, especially if you're a ones player. It's gonna help a lot. Open net miss. That'll come with time. It's all good. It happens. It's gonna roll basically how you shoot this. You don't rush into this as much. You wait a little bit for it to roll, and then you get a better angle on the shot. But you kind of do like force it not to go. So unless you're trying to put pressure, I mean, it's such a hard shot coming in like this and then just flipping it to the last second. Whereas if you get a little bit more around it, you can get a better angle on the shot. Oh, that's not you. Okay, and then go quickly for the ball and shoot it. Almost. This should be a goal. Even though he comes, he's missing. You just have to recognize, no way he hits this. I can bang this top net. But I think it just comes with confidence in your shooting. Maybe you thought he was gonna hit it. Maybe he fakes you. But now we're thinking, okay, what can I do? What's gonna put him in a really awkward spot? Pop it off the backboard. Don't pop it forward. Whatever you do, you want to put pressure on the net. You want to start sending this ball. So what you could do, just flip into this and score. You can pop it off the backboard. Go for a dribble, but make sure you're starting to go in the direction of his net. But you kind of just hit it to his corner. So yeah. But I mean, you just got to practice your ball control, and you'll start being able to make more plays. Good bumps, quick turn. Not exactly. You could have just kind of backflipped here, but you kind of your turn's really efficient. You turn the wrong way. Here, I kind of just probably would have gone like this, came in and shot it after I bumped him, or backflipped. Here, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have backflipped just because it's going to be a slow shot. I probably would have just turned. So bad idea. Don't backflip it. Yeah, but you turn the wrong way, and now he has possession. And then he dribbles it behind you, so you get about 50 again because. And this is why you want to be here if he's going to start dribbling this instead of here, because like I said, he can put it here or he can put it here, and he ends up putting it behind you, and it forces you to guess, and it makes it harder to defend. So then you lose the 50, and now he has a chance to score. Now you have to rush back. You don't have any boost. He should have grabbed a big boost. Okay, he does. But like if he plays this faster, I just feel like it's way more threatening. But he doesn't. So you're not getting punished for a lot of things I just see you could be getting punished for. And then he goes for a bump. Like why? I don't understand. There's no need. He has such a big boost advantage. Like all you should do, like if he just keeps turning and trying to shoot this, you're in such a bad spot with 13 boosts. But he's just not punishing you for the things you could get punished for. That's why I'm telling you to just like. It's gonna affect you at higher ranks. It won't affect you now. But just things to start thinking about. That's why this video is so long, because I'm trying to like cover all of my knowledge in a Diamond 2 game or whatever you said you were. Yeah, again, if you stop front flipping, you miss the pad again, so you get here, I guess at the same time, because his kickoff's slow, but then you, instead of flipping forward, just flip to the right, side flip. And then he ends up popping it out. Again, we're on no boost on the kickoff. It's a good save though. Grab that pad, try and start a dribble. No. That's not the play. You just like here's what you do. You land, you grab the pad, you come around the ball, and then you start a dribble going that way. Instead of just taking but you gotta grab the pad. Because it gives you more options. But now you can't really chip it up because you waited. So it looks like you're going for a 50. Oh, you just waited for the boost. Okay. I thought he grabbed the corner boost. But I guess this works. Yeah. I didn't notice it was gonna be there. Now get goal side when you 50 this. Oh, it's risky. You have to get goal side here because, well, there's 15 seconds left in the game. But like, he's coming in this way, and if you get this way, the ball's gonna go that way. So that's why if we're here, and he's here, ideally I'd kind of get like here. That way we can probably push it this way, and he's coming in this way. I'd try and go like that. That way the ball's not going straight in. It's either going to go this way or it's going to go behind you. And if it does, then we just turn and get back in the hole. And as long as you don't get 50'd really hard and you lose it really hard off the corner, you're not going to get scored. But it works out. You get enough on it so it doesn't go in your net. But something to think about. Again, why are we trying to go up the wall here? It doesn't seem like we know how to go up the wall. You know he's coming for you because you can throw and hear him. And also, there's 9 seconds left in the game. He probably wants to score. So what I do, come in, chip this way, grab that boost, start a dribble. But you go up the wall. But you don't really know how to do anything off the wall. And then you go too slow, so he gets the boost, and you're leaving him in the game. And now you see him jump, but you still go, oh man, you barely hit it. This is a ballsy 50, I kind of respect it, but also I would never have gone for this. For two reasons. You have absolutely no vision of what he's doing besides this. So I probably just would have turned the other way, let him go for it. But I don't know, maybe you don't want to deal with a 0-second dribble, so you end up going, but you are late, and you barely get a touch on it, but it does work. Oh, it bounces again. Like, if he takes his time there and gets a dribble, like, that's just a scary play. But he just rushes it and gets a bad shot. Looks like you win an OT. Alright, let's see. Yeah, kickoff again. You're flipping way too late. I'll show you kickoffs after this game, too. I don't know if you're going to watch a 45-minute video, but I'm going to provide you with as much help as I can here. There it is. Okay. Best dribble we've seen all game. Good job. Like, wait to catch it. Wait for it to come up, then catch it. Instead of trying to catch it as it's coming down. Especially if you have this much space. If you don't have a lot of time, then catching it like this is easier. Then catching it like this is fine if you don't have a lot of time. But it's just easier because the ball's coming up, so the ball's momentum's going up as you drive under it. Whereas like if the ball's going like this and you're here, it's gonna bounce a little bit on top of your car. Whereas it's just because the ball's coming from a higher place, it has more power. Whereas if you let it bounce off the ground first, it loses a lot of its power. So it's just easier to catch if you catch it after it bounces. Yeah, no, good. But now you kind of catch it too far in the front of your car. But good, you don't have ball cam on. Yeah, see, you drive into it. But you catch it like front left. So where's the ball gonna go? Front left, right? You want to catch this ball like here or here, depending on. Well, I mean, it depends. Like, where do you want to go with this? I'd probably try and catch it here. Now I can start taking the ball this way, and now he has to make a save behind the ball instead of being shadow defending. Okay, but now, like, don't rush into it again. You've already dropped it. Just wait a little bit, and then chip it again, and then pop it on this right side. But you kind of just keep rushing it. Almost. Yeah. See, you're just like the ball's too far forward a lot. You're hitting it when the ball's already on the ground, so then you're just putting it further and further in front of you. Like, just wait, and then chip it. Yeah, I've seen you do that quite a bit. See, like, the ball's just so far in front of you every time, and now you have to waste so much boost to catch up to it. And now you're no boost, and he has a great chance to win the game. Makes the save. Yeah, then we get the open net, looks like. Oh, don't miss. Holy shit. Alright, good job. Yeah, so hopefully that'll help. Real quick, I am going to show you kickoffs. Really fast. Kickoffs. Alright, let me show you how I do. I won't speed flip, that way it's the same. Also, let me change this to have the same amount of boost. Oh, whoops, I don't accidentally hit trigger. Alright, let's restart this. Alright, here we go. Okay, so let me show you how I'd go about this kickoff. Again, normally I'm going to speed flip like this and hit it there. But what you should do, side flip, land, hit. Side flip, okay, land, and then hit it. Now I'm going to do it, let me show you in slow-mo, it might actually make more sense. Alright, so we're going to boost, side flip. That's actually a little early, hold on, sorry, the speed messed me up a little bit. Alright, boost, side flip. See how I land before the circle, and then I'm going to flip. I slowed down there just to prove that point. But yeah, we're landing before the circle, and then we're just flipping. Now this would be if you're trying to push the kickoff. If you're trying to get more behind it, then you have to side flip it. But usually for these diagonals, you're okay to go like this and then side flip. Yeah, but usually I'm going to side flip like that. Alright, let's do the other kickoff. Start it again. So here, we're going to flip to the side, get forward, and then instead of front flipping, right, what we're going to do, we're going to go here, we're going to hit, and then side flip. That was a big mistake. So like this, land, hit, side flip. Other side, diagonal flip, and straight, jump, side flip. Yeah, I'm so used to speed flipping, it's kind of messing me up. But, yeah. So basically what we're doing, flipping to the side, we're landing, and then we're side flipping. When we do this one on the side here, we're gonna flip to the left, and this will put you in front of it. So like for this one, if you flip to the left, this is if you're gonna try and push to the right. If you flip to the right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut back into it and try and put it back to the left. We flip to the right here. What we're gonna do, there we go. We're gonna try and push it. If we flip to the left, then we're gonna try and, it's called a hook versus a push. This is a push kickoff where you're just trying to hit it to the left. This would be a hook kickoff where you try and like hook back into it and put it to the right. But those would be your options for kickoff. And then the last one is the straight down the middle. Here, flip it early again. Make sure we're landing well before the circle. And then here, make sure we still side flip because we want to push the ball to a direction. But we're only going to flip after we go into it like that. But yeah, other thing with dribbling, real quick, one thing I saw you do a lot of is you like have the ball out here and then you just like keep trying to like dribble it with the ball really far in front of you. Now what you want to do is you want to wait a little bit so you can keep popping this ball up. And then you go in the opposite directions the ball's going, like to chip it. So if it's moving to the left, you chip into it going like, if it's moving to the right, then you want to turn into it from the left. Right? And this will just keep popping the ball up and then you can catch it and do whatever you want, right? Yeah, and then again, like on these wall plays when the ball's rolling over here, again, what you do, you can just hit it like that, go off the wall, get under it, we turn off ball cam, and then we catch and we can do whatever. So the ball's rolling to the wall, right? What do? We sit here, we wait, and we can catch it. I'll say, okay, that's really inefficient. I'm playing against better players. I can't do that, right? So what do? Softer touch. There we go. Because you don't yet know how to just like go like this, go off the wall, right? And do all this good stuff, right? You don't know how to do all that yet, so you don't need to. Especially in ones, like it's pretty risky to, you know, go off the wall and go for all this good stuff. So wouldn't recommend doing that. Yeah, but just practice those dribbles. It's all your first touch. That's the biggest problem I saw because I didn't really get to see you keep it on top of your car. But if you get a better first touch, it'll give you more opportunities to practice it. But yeah, hopefully, I know the video was long, but hopefully it's really helpful for you. Let me know if I can help you with anything else. And yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day. Later.